Howdy folks, it's Mama B here, and it's coming on to summertime. So we got to get our summertime bling on, right? So I'm going to show you how to make this really cool. This is an anklet. You can make it longer or shorter depending on whether you want to use it for an anklet or a bracelet. Or anything else for that matter. So let's get started. You'll want to start with picking out the colors that you want. So I'm going to use these, and these are embroidery thread. But you know, you can use a lot of different resources. I also have crochet thread, and the one that I showed you on my ankle is actually made of this crochet thread. So probably any kind of string, experiment with it and have fun. So you're going to want to pick your colors. You can use whatever colors you want, as many as you want. In my ankle bracelet, I used 4 strands of each color, and I used 4 colors. You're also going to want to use some kind of material to create the cording across the top, so I'm going to show you how to do that. You can use either the crochet thread, and with my ankle bracelet, this is the stuff that I used for that, and I used probably about 5 to 10 strands, closer to 10 to get at the thickness of the cording that I have on that. You can also use the embroidery thread and just gauge how many strands to make it the thickness that you want for the cording. So here I have 5 strands, and that will make it thick enough for what I'm looking for. Now for the cording, you're going to want to take off a bunch and just fold it down. I've got this in halves until the last stretch, and then I put it into thirds because I want it to be a little bit longer. That'll give me some choice on how long, so it's probably about twice my wrist. You're going to want to make the length of your string about 4 feet long, and then you're going to fold it in half like that. Make sure your ends are all even. Okay, next what we're going to do is we're going to take this, the looped end, and I'm going to put it over my colors loops. We're going to leave a loop about that big. You're going to tie a knot. It's just a regular knot, no fancy nothings. Secure that, and that way this is tied in with our other colors. Now I'm going to show you, there's a few ways that you can hold this. You can have a friend hold it, which most friends are willing, but you can also use a clipboard. Now what if you don't have a clipboard or a friend? Then I'm going to show you a method I like to use. You need a straight pin and a pillow. A couch cushion works great. Take your straight pin. You can either put it through this little loop or right down through the center of the knot, which I find to be a little bit more secure. Don't poke yourself. And then you drive it into your pillow at an angle of 45 degrees going towards yourself. Precision on the angle is not so important, but it's the leverage that it gives you. Okay, you're going to want to sort out the colors so that you have them in the order that you want and the strands of each color put together, like so. Then you're going to take your cording and you're going to start tying knots around it. So first of all, we're going to start with our orange, and I'm going to hold my cording over my finger, and the color will go under. Go around your finger and the cording, pull it through. Do that twice. And then move your color out of the way. The color goes under your finger, the cording goes over, you wrap it around it, and slide it up to a knot. Do that twice. Work your way through each color. You keep it nice and clean. Just tie all those colors on in the order that you want them to be on your bracelet or anklet. Okay, now if you look at that, the cording and the bump of the cording is going towards my left hand because I held it in my left hand. So now what I want to do is hold it in my right hand. This will change the path of the zigzag. Again, keep the colors underneath your cording and flip it up over your cording and slide it off into a knot. You see that made it bend a little bit. Do that twice. You want to make sure there's no purple or none of your cording material showing through up there. Then we'll bring on the next color. Now with this next color, I want to decide on my tension. How tight of a curve do I want on that zigzag? And you can see that it's not very much. There's just a little bit of the color going straight there. The next one will go a little bit more. The color that I'm talking about is in between the zigzags, right through here. So if I pull it really tight, I can lay it right up against it, and I don't want to do that. I want a little bit of a zigzag. So tension is pretty important here. Now as you tie your knots, you'll know it's that you're doing it right, because your threads will all come out on the same direction. So if I'm tying and I end up having all of these go this way except for one, I've tied that knot wrong. And as you get going, it'll be a lot easier because you'll get more into the system, the order of things. It will just come more natural to you. So there we go. There's our first zigzag. Okay, now I'm going to switch hands. Take the same color I just finished with. Continue to tie 2 times over and around that cording, keeping the threads, the colors that I'm showing through, underneath the cording for my path. Once you get the system, this actually goes pretty fast. You get used to your tension as well. Now see what happens if I switch it and I get it mixed up. My tail goes the wrong direction, and that changes everything. So that is the incorrect way to do it. Keep your cording in the hand of the direction of the slant that you're trying to achieve, and that will just help you keep everything all straight. Just like that. And then we're going to switch it again, because now I want my zigzag to go the other direction. See, I've got a little bit of purple showing through there. I want to fix that quick, because if you don't, then it'll get harder to fix it. See how you need that pin to really hold the leverage for you and give you the control that you need. So I find a couch cushion to be a little bit easier to do, but don't do it into a leather couch or one that will leave a puncture wound, correct? And there we have it. This is what it's looking like. So we're going to speed this up and get this done for you. You can see as you get going, this kind of goes pretty fast. To finish off this bracelet, we separated the cording. We tied it into a knot because it's a different color. If you use the same colors for your cording, you can just split them right into the two ends. Separate the ends into two and braid them, and then tie knots at the ends of the two braids. Then you can take those, slip one of them into your buttonhole loop we started at the beginning, and tie a knot to get it the length that you want. It is just that simple. Well, that's that, folks. Thanks so much for watching our videos. Hope this inspires you, and have a fantastic day.